Boom. All right, guys, what's up? Financial Dan here. We're talking about Ethereum. It's on a dip again right now. Crypto markets up and down and up and down. They're playing with us right now, but is Ethereum a great one to get into? I believe so. We're going to do some technical analysis on the graph and we're going to look at some news. Stick around. Some of the stuff might surprise you. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's go. All right, so we can see here in the past 7 days, Ethereum is almost down twice as much as Bitcoin. Not quite, but almost twice as much. So let's take a look here just so we know what the market's been doing, because Bitcoin's been pulling the whole market everywhere. And look at this, it's just really been playing with us, up to 38 and then down to 34, 33, up again, 38, 39, down again. Let's just get right into some of these technical analysis figures. The first one we're going to look at is where are we at from the beginning of the year with this bull market. If we draw a line here, we're actually right on the cusp of basically the support for this bull market. We're right at that line. So if we dip much below this line, this kind of upwards level of support for the bull market here, that's not a great sign. However, that also means that right now, this is a very good chance we're going to move upwards from it. That it's going to be support and move upwards. In other words, last chance to get Ethereum, bing, bing, bing. So you may want to try and sum up what you can to get into it. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is just some research. So this is here, the support line here. We can see that. Now let's take a look at just kind of where it's at with the momentum of the stock. So what I do to find that out is I look at the RSI, the relative strength index. So what that tells me here is that for sure when it's below 30, it's definitely oversold. And we're just above 30. We dipped a little bit below 30, possibly there. We're maybe over here. We're getting pretty close to below 30 being oversold. When it's over 70, let's see, they have a line here. A lot of time that means it's overbought. So right now, there's not a lot of momentum buying into it yet, but that means it's a good chance to get in when the price is low. When you got a low RSI, it means that maybe this is a good opportunity to get in. Be greedy when other ones are fearful. Be fearful when other people are greedy. Here's some greed. Here's some fear. So there's looking pretty good. I like that. Now, if we're zooming in a bit more, we can actually see we treated this level as a little bit of support here back in the 23rd of May as well as tested it as resistance back in March and back in February 19th. So we're fairly familiar with testing this level around the 1850 range. So it's definitely a good chance that we respect it as a resistance and move upwards from here. Now, a lot of this, of course, does pertain to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin plunges below 30, there's no doubt this will probably pull it down. But speaking of that, long term, BitBoy Crypto, some of his videos, I watch him too. He's awesome. He's one of the biggest crypto channels here. He believes that in this bull cycle, Ethereum's market cap will flip Bitcoin. So in other words, Ethereum will be worth more than Bitcoin for a short period of time in this bull cycle. And then he thinks in the next bull cycle, it will be permanent. And the reason for this that he talks about in his video is really that the Ethereum project is on decentralized finance. It's just in the baby steps of it. It hasn't even really been fully utilized yet. And they've got a lot of forward upgrades coming with their moving to proof of stake, Ethereum 2.0. So there's a lot of opportunity for Ethereum to grow more than there is for Bitcoin to grow. Bitcoin is just going to grow per its supply and as a store of value. However, Ethereum has applications that are going to really start to snowball as other companies get in to start using them. One of the reasons why a lot of the more knowledgeable people here on the YouTube and interwebs and whatnot are very bullish on Ethereum because of its application and its blockchain and how smart it is and smart contracts and all this. So So I don't have a lot more on the technicals and candles on this right now because I know with Bitcoin bouncing around so much, the volatility of it, that the technical analysis I don't feel plays as big of a factor. Let me know what you think in the comments. But we can look obviously at Bitcoin versus Ethereum. So that's what this chart is here. So right now 0.056 is where we're at of Bitcoin. So if you were to take the price of Bitcoin and multiply it by 0.056, so 32,000 times 0.056, you'll get the 1824, whatever Ethereum is. You can see at one point we were as high as almost 10% of Bitcoin's price. So that for if we had a 10x from that point on, we would be the same level as Bitcoin. So that really goes to show, when people make the statement of the flippening, how much Ethereum is going to have to move and how much possible ROI you could get from that. So that's kind of interesting and exciting. Now, speaking of the flippening, obviously, then there's an article with this coming down so much. Someone wrote an article called the floppening because Ethereum reaches the lowest level against Bitcoin since early May. I just thought that was kind of amusing because, yeah, it is like we just looked at there. It's the very exact same chart we were just looking at. It is at its lowest since we've seen since back in early May. But regardless, more room for moving upwards. And if the flippening does happen, and all these people say they believe it to be happening, a lot of them know a lot about this, then it may be something to start wagering in on. So what else do we got here? Bitcoin Ethereum tanks as 4 billion options expire. So that's another thing. We had those options contracts expiring, and basically that just creates a lot of money moving in different places as they have the option to, or the right if they want to exercise it or not, assign or not. There's a lot of money moving, so all that money moving here and there contributes to the volatility of it. So hopefully we see things stable out coming up here. What will happen to Ethereum miners after Ethereum 2.0? This article is just talking about how, right now Ethereum is a proof of work with miners, just like Bitcoin, and they'll be moving to a proof of stake, which won't require miners anymore. This article discusses the miners moving to mining on different projects. And, you can see here one of the, Tim Bako out of Ethereum said, he's trying to warn miners like conservatively, hey, plan for an end of mining soon. So basically saying by 2021, end of year, we should have proof of stake Ethereum 2.0 rolling and no need for miners. And so where the miners go, maybe to Ethereum Classic and Ravencoin, they can still do mining there. But it's an interesting situation where, and so some miners are thinking, okay, before this moves to proof of stake and the value goes up a bunch, I'm going to mine as much as I can, so I'm going to up my mining right now, but then I know it's going to come to an end soon, so how do I justify investing in that when I know it's going to go away? So, and then some of them are starting to pull off right now because their hardware is older and whatnot too. So that's a bit of an interesting deal. Another random piece of crazy bonus news on Ethereum is, did John McAfee put a dead man switch on Ethereum? What? So John McAfee was reported dead yesterday after allegedly committing suicide in his Spanish prison cell. Some have speculated that McAfee had a dead man switch designed to leak government data upon his death. It is not clear that McAfee had such a plan, and if he did, it is unlikely that he used the Ethereum blockchain. There is some interesting information here. I'll put this news article in the description so you can check it out. But an interesting scenario on possibly having a dead man switch where as soon as I guess the record comes in that he's dead, that it triggers something on the network to move currencies or to distribute data, like an execution of a smart contract set upon your death, something happening. Could be something that we see with wills. Maybe that's a future blockchain technology idea. Just popped into my head. Maybe a project that will exercise wills with smart contracts so you don't have your kids fighting over something after you're dead. It's for sure going to go the way that you want it to go. I don't know. Just a thought. But anyways, guys, I hope some of the stuff was interesting. Hope you stuck along for the ride. Please subscribe for me. Please like the video. I appreciate it. Financial Dan out. Peace.